Okay, we are on page 236 with the continuing with the laws of Bechor 236. Is it permitted to add lemon into milk on Shabbat and why? So a person wants to make cheese on Shabbat and he wants to put something sour into the milk. The milk will get congealed because of this sour and it's going to become cheese. Are you allowed to do that on Shabbat or not? So we say you're not allowed to do that because it's considered, what is that? Borer. Why is it borer? Remember, Neria?
It's an agent.
Because we said it's separating all the fats.
The agent, the acid is the one that makes it. And because you made it, that's why. Because you put it yourself. Even though it's grandma, no?
Because this separates the curd from the milk.
It's not grandma?
Curd, it's called in English?
Curd.
Okay.
It's not
So,
grandma?
no. One who curdles milk by adding rennet or lemon to make cheese is liable for borer because this separates the curd from the milk and the process starts immediately. That's the answer. And that process starts immediately. Immediately. You see, Bechor, how Hashem made it beautiful. Before He make the cold weather, He always makes snow.
Yeah.
Why? In order for the snow to protect the ground from freezing. Это для ground insulation layer. The colder it will be, the more snow will fall. You realize that or no? Always after snow, it's Hashem makes it. We're reading it in the Tefillah also. In Tefillah we say, Ruach Sa'ara Osa Devaro. Right before that we say, Hanoten sheleg katzamer kefor ka'efer efazer. Hanoten sheleg katzamer. Hashem covers the ground with sheleg, with snow, like tzemer. Chot tzemer? Wool. What wool does? Warming you. Hanoten sheleg katzamer kefor choled ka'efer efazer. He scatters the cold right after that like ashes all around. You see the wind, you see it like ashes in the air. So first sheleg, snow, after that kfor at cholet. So how Kadosh Baruch Hu made this system is amazing. Immediately. Nissan John. Okay, number 2. Is it permitted to add a Lebanon yogurt into milk before Shabbat? You know that yogurt has the power, if you put it in milk, it will make contagious. The same bacteria that made that yogurt will make new milk turn into yogurt. Did you know that thing or no? It's a phenomenon. It's a situation like this. That whenever you're putting, I need tonight. Yeah, I prayed. But
also.
I'll stay if you need me, Bechor.
I won't stay if you need me.
Shakol, you said, David? You said Shakol? Okay, I'll wait for you.
Приходи сюда лучше, Соломон. А вот уже 10-й зашел.
Рабай уйдет, раба надо уходить, он говорит.
Алло, я сказал.
Okay.
Ой, еще
Давайте возьмите водички.
Shai, they're waiting, Bechor. I'm waiting for them. It is allowed, says Rav Ovadia, to add a little sour milk before Shabbat, before the onset of Shabbat, to milk to curdle it. But on Shabbat, it's not allowed. Forbidden.
Где тадыки оттуда берите, да, снизу. Тадыки, знаете, что это?
What? Yes, we have Shabbat.
Yeah.
Ikirov is coming, no? He's coming, or where is he? Restroom?
I don't.
Okay, we'll wait another minute.
Застрял между банком и кухней.
Okay, number 3. If it was added, if it was added before Shabbat, is it permitted to, on Shabbat, to move it into a warmer place to complete its curdling? It is also permitted to move it to a warmer place on Shabbat to complete its curdling, as the curd has not separated, but remains a single solid mass.
It's still borer.
In the laws of Borel, a person is not allowed to turn milk into the cheese. Doing that, how cheese is happening? You curdle, you congeal. How you said that? Curdle, that's the word?
Сжимает.
All the fats get together. So that separates the fats from the liquid. How the process started? By you adding something sour into it. So we see that adding something sour on Shabbat to a milk and makes the cheese curdle, it's problem of separation, borer. Where else did we see a similar situation that is more practical, that the water or liquid does the job of borer for us? In the bowl. Remember before we said not allowed to put vegetables, fruits inside the bowl of water on Shabbat? Very common that people wash the grapes inside a bowl of water, and that's a problem of Chilul Shabbat. You're not to do that on Shabbat. Right?
Then you're removing
Grapes
the rest
need
out of it.
банки.
No, because the water removes
Shabbat.
the dirt. Not that you're
You're not allowed to
You're
do that.
removing the grapes out of the water.
No. So once you put it inside the water is an agent that separates right now the dirt by floating the dirt on top or
Then
sinks it on the bottom.
But it keeps it over there.
Huh?
In the
А если
faucet,
он
it just
чистый
drips down.
виноград?
Well,
So
it
how
keeps
do you
it
wash grapes on Shabbat?
down to the sink?
Either you washed it once before Shabbat and then on Shabbat you're just giving it a fresher look by putting it in the water, you're not separating anything. Then it will be allowed even in a regular bowl. Or if you didn't get a chance to wash it before Shabbat, now on Shabbat you wash it for the first time, you're going to have dirt over there. So in such a case, you have to make sure that the dirt is not going to stay in that bowl. How?
Drains them.
By automatically make it drained. By doing it in a drushlag, sifter,
Or in the sink.
with holes.
Or in the sink. You just-
Or under running water.
Can you do that and then put it in a bowl?
Yeah, because then it's clean.
Yeah, but,
Problem in the bowl is whenever it's dirty.
yeah, but
קרקיר נעומדר, בית גריד.
ברשות מוריי ורבותיי,
שמיים!
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו.
but it has to be the altar, right?
But it has to be לאלתר. And that's רבותיי a common mistake בכור. Aaron. When you wash tomatoes, right? You're not allowed to wash plenty of tomatoes if you're not going to eat them immediately, even if it's under running water. Dirty tomato, under running, close the door. Under running water, not allowed to do on Shabbat.
Rabbi, you don't know how much you're going to eat. You don't know how much you're going to eat.
Good. So that's how you have to more or less assume how much it's going to be. But if you say, Rabbi, you know, I'm already now in the kitchen Friday night. I'm already making salad. Let me do it for Shabbat morning also, for Shabbat Shlishit also, for Sudah Revit also. I'm already in the mood. The cutting board is out. The knife is out. The apron is up. You know, I'm already in the mood to make salad right now. Can you make extra salad then of whatever you're going to eat right now if you're going to required to wash the vegetables or no? If the vegetables are dirty and you're washing them, Rabbi Yosef said it's like you're peeling them. You peel the dirt away from the fruit, from the vegetable. And peeling, we said, when is that allowed? Only if you're going to eat whatever you left in the behind the peel immediately. Now, if you're going to right now, you and your wife, and that's it. Let's say you're on vacation right now, and your wife makes a bowl that is going to be enough for 3 meals. Allowed or no, Bechor?
No.
Not allowed to.
Unless
What's
you
the
are
problem?
Not peeling. Unless you're not peeling them.
Borer.
But if you're not peeling, you just
You're
chop
not
it.
peeling. The fact that you're washing it from the dirt.
If you're not washing it, you're just chopping it for the whole Shabbat, 3 meals. It's okay also.
No, hold on. Then we have another restriction called on Shabbat, tohen. Grinding.
You're chopping, you're not going.
What is grinding means by halakha? Not by Persian definition. By halakha definition. Is Whenever you're making big pieces, smaller than the size you can easily swallow without chewing. How big of a size you can easily swallow without chewing? If you take a tablet, 500 milliliters of vitamin C, takoyesh, or 1,000 milliliters, it's big, and you can swallow it. So if it will be smaller than that, it's already a problem of tohen. You will be required to eat what you grinded immediately. What does immediately means? Immediately, literally. Di'avad, half an hour. Di'avad of di'avad, 1 hour. But lechat echila, it's supposed to be mamash now. You ground it now. You have to eat it now. That's why bechor, when you put the apron, when you are cutting the salad, make sure you're cutting the amount of the salad that you will eat
Right now.
right now. The amount of violations preparing food on Shabbat could be so many, and people say, Rabbi, we keep Shabbat. What's the problem? Look how many violations can easily be done. Человек от незнания это может делать. Then he is squeezing lemon. Can you squeeze lemon into salad?
Yeah.
Yes. What about the pits that fall inside? Can you take those pits out?
No.
With the salad.
With the salad. You see, a person that doesn't come to halachot class before, he's not going to know. He's going to stay devil for another 20 years. Not because he's a bad person. He's just not
Кто
educated.
учит алахот, тот счастливо живет.
Okay?
Now
So-
the pits, as you're trying to pick it up, instead of the salad, you just some of the juice of the lemon
Учит
comes.
алахот, тот
Does the
вечный.
juice of a lemon consider as like a part of the salad and also you can remove with the pit?
So it's, the poskim is asking a question, and they said depends on you. Is for you after you take out that pit that has some juice on it, would you suckle on it or would you take it and throw it out?
Usually throw it up, but I could suck on it.
So if it is
That's
some
of the
some
good part,
importance
yeah? So-
to it,
Has?
okay, so then it's going to be good.
Just
But some people, you ask them, they say, I would never suckle on it. I take it, I throw it out. So for them, whatever a little bit of layer of liquid stays on it, it's for them like garbage.
А squeeze the-
So as long as there's a chance,
Можно
I
алахот
may
пить
do
в
it.
Shabbat?
What would you do if it wouldn't be Shabbat?
Грудь.
Maybe.
Sometimes would you take it to your mouth?
Sometimes,
Yeah,
maybe.
okay.
Можно или нет?
So then it's edible for you. That layer of the juice.
Или можно прям с груди пить.
Got it?
Нельзя сгрузить.
Почему?
Как таракан.
Got it?
А у коровы можно вот так с груди пить молоко или нет в шаббат?
No.
Корова стоит.
No, you're not allowed to.
To do
Why
what?
would you?
What's the question?
To suckle from the cow directly.
A cow?
Even
The
on
ho-
regular
the-
days.
Bechor wants to practice with his cow in the backyard.
Да, я хотел сравнить с
Why not?
женским молоком.
I know where you're going, Bechor.
Why wouldn't
That's already gave you a
why
stop
would-
sign.
Why wouldn't it be allowed? Because separating or you're squeezing?
Huh?
Because of separation or squeezing?
Здесь оставьте это.
Squeezing is the mainly problem. It could be also a separation. It's debatable
You're
about
not
it.
squeezing anything bad out of that. You're taking milk out of the cow.
Okay, it's not our point right now. Back to our point. So Bechor, look, Yaakov, Hefata. By making Salat Yaakov, a person can make easy avera of borer because he washed the vegetables more than he will need.
Прям наверх налейте. Спасибо. Чуть-чуть.
If you would be Yosef HaTzadik, when he took down to Egypt, the Egyptians, the Goyim, made them, not Egyptians, Midianim, was suddenly changing their gas. They used to sell gas.
Абай один дать, чтобы бараха сказал. Молодец скажет.
During that time, it smelled like a rose.
During that time, they made besamim for them.
Besamim.
Квадра.
Ah,
Шмагар барахом миге. Оловот телефон миге.
okay, chai.
Чува мегане.
Give me one.
Мегане чува. Шмо целый день торо бадас. И то аверотики поверотики не смогут.
Torah lishma.
Прям шмоя барахот тон зьё.
Bullshit. Okay. This, what bracha is this, Bechor?
8.
8. Sometimes there's tzirviki inside, so check them.
Open it up.
Check it? Yeah?
Somebody told me, yeah, there's sometimes bugs in there. Okay. Это borei pri eitz, Bechor. What is in borei pri eitz? God created the fruit of
Trees.
ברשות מוריי ורבותיי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי העץ. Bechor, as soon as we said it, that file closed on me. I said, boom, it closed on me. Look, it went all in the beginning.
Why?
I don't know. He said you're going to make the world change when you said the bracha. Bechor, HaKasav Mashiach.
Что, не знали раньше?
Slowly, I see the proof to that.
Позвонил бы мне, ты приехал.
Я
Okay.
про палку изучал
Ты
куда
был
раз.
здесь?
Поехали.
Это палка Моше Рабина.
So now, Bechor, палку потом. Слушай сюда. Is it also permitted to move? There is no fixing in foods.
Принесите один день, покажите.
What about metaken? Bechor, what about metaken? Fixing. Are you allowed to fix something that it is not usable? Make it usable on Shabbat.
No.
What about food? I have right now salad. No taste. I want to put salt into it.
Use your juice.
I made it not usable, become usable.
No, it was
Usable.
I wouldn't eat it. It's not tasty.
No, you enforce the taste. You made it better.
So we're gonna learn
What's the question again?
no metaken regarding food. En metaken be'ochalin. Remember these terms, Bechor. En metaken be'ochalin.
But what are you making pickles now?
Pickles is because of cooking, not because of fixing. Do not mix the terminologies and the categories. Each category on Shabbat has its own rules and details. When it comes to laws of metaken, it does not apply to food. Cooking laws will apply to food. That's why making pickles from a raw cucumber, you are cooking on Shabbat. And not the Oraita level, it's on the Rabbanan, but it is called pickling, but it's still asur, mid Rabbanan, because of pickling, which is derivative, mid Rabbanan, of cooking. Okay, so there is no fixing, maybe I should say, no metaken, metaken. Amen.
Цадык бен цадык.
Яков Цадик меня ждал, а? Яков, ты ждал меня сегодня?
I thought you didn't text me. Alright, that's good. It worked out well.
Vayechi Yaakov.
Yakov is one of our tzaddikim, habibi.
Яков цадык.
No matter what, he's trying to come to shiur, always.
Ой, я. Я брат.
Okay? Especially since even before it becomes sour milk, it is possible to drink it. And fixing does not apply. Does not apply. Okay. Next page. Is it allowed to separate sesame seeds from honey for immediate usage? Yeah, it is allowed. Okay. Not much to learn from it.
А чего вас не было сегодня в Кирке?
Number 1. Is it allowed to make cheese or ice cream on Shabbat? John, can you make ice cream on Shabbat?
What do you mean?
Ice cream. I want to make ice cream on Shabbat.
Мороженое можно?
Мороженое.
Почему нет? Молоко в холодильник поставили, вот вам айскрим.
Are you allowed to do that on Shabbat?
Why not?
You put milk inside, you're taking the liquid, you're turning it into solid.
I'm not turning, he turning by itself.
Oh, very good. So Rabbi Chaim Palaji wrote, it's not allowed to make ice cream on Shabbat. Why? He says, are you allowed to make cheese on Shabbat? What do we just learn? Not allowed to. Why? You're making it from the liquid milk, congealed cheese, curdling. So you said the same thing. You're taking a milk and you are freezing it. You're making it a hard ice cream. This is a liquid milk. You turn it into solid cheese. This was a liquid milk. You turn it into ice cream.
That's one food turning into different food.
Yeah,
This
but you're
is just
separating
like
the cheese.
different statuses of the same food.
Very good. Your brain is thinking
Like
very
water,
well.
like you put ice.
Very good. So Rabbi Avad Yosef is going to disagree with him. Rabbi Chaim Palaji was a big chacham. Rabbi Chaim Palaji Bechor had 10 boys. All of them, big rabbis, wrote books on halakha and Kabbalah, the highest levels.
Wow.
Rabbi Chaim Palaji. 10 boys, he lived in Turkey. And all of them was big chachamim.
Where are the rabbis now?
It's unusual,
Are
Bechor.
we in Israel now?
No, it's just Turkey time. When Jewish people lived in
Кого в
Turkey.
Египте похоронили?
Talking about 300 years ago, maybe even more. on the Ottomani rulership.
Ottoman Empire.
I said
Ottoman Empire.
Ottoman Empire.
Right before Ben Ish Chai.
You know, Turkey was back.
Papa, Ben Papa, doğru.
You know that Turkey was a very strong country back in the day.
So right before Ben Ish Chai.
בימים ההם ולא בזמן הזה.
Yeah, it's only 100 years old. How
Every
did
country had changed.
300 years old.
This is way more.
Okay? So now, and he compared on cheese making, which is prohibited by Torah law due to melacha of boneh, building. However, Rabbi Ovadia Yosef allowed it because the ruling of making cheese is different. As in that case, one gathers many parts by hand and turns them into a one solid mass by placing them in a mold. This is not the case when one making an ice cream, which freezes on their own in the freezer, and it's considered as indirect action, grama, rather than an actual action. It says whenever you're squeezing the liquid, the limon or Rene, you know what Rene is? The powder you put in the milk to turn it into cheese. When you do that, just making that is not enough. Afterwards, you have to put it inside a mold and let the liquid run out, and the cheese is going to stay behind.
What is the problem?
So doing that is your action. You separated the fats of the milk. You put it in the mold in order to let the milk go away. All this as your actions. So therefore, it's considered to be a problem of building. You know the definition of building is you're taking small particles and you connect them together and you make big things.
So it's building and separation.
But unless if it's
So once you squeeze the lemon into it, the acid, you turned it from liquid, you separate all the fats. That's
separation
borer.
one.
And then when you take out the fat thing and you put it inside the mold, you make that mold, make the particles connect together.
Bonnet, and then there's the
So
border
then
for
there is
second
a
time.
bonnet problem.
The border second time.
Even though it's not attached to the ground.
Oh, so you're gonna go into the what? The bonnet part? Oh, well, so we're gonna learn that the laws of, we're gonna learn more in depth about the laws of bonnet. That's not the place. In Chelek 5, we are now Chelek 4. Chelek 5, Chelek Hey, we're gonna learn in details more the laws of bonnet. But Rab Chaim Parachi held that's the problem. Comes Rabbi Ovadia Yosef and says, I'm sorry, that's not comparable to our ice cream machine, the way to make. We don't do any action. We're taking milk, putting it in the freezer. The freezer does the action. We didn't have to combine particles of the ice cream to become one big ice cream.
But nobody makes ice cream like this today. Nobody puts milk in the freezer.
Why not? People make ice cream at home. My children make ice cream all the time. Much healthier because there is no preservatives,
They put milk
there
in
is
the
no sugar, there is no garbage.
My wife makes.
Popsicles.
No, real ice cream they make. No popsicles.
freezer. How?
Real ice
It's
cream.
not just milk, it's the other things also.
Yeah, of course.
Cream or milk.
They make different.
That's different.
It's
Compounding.
it's very different than taste. Also, it's very different.
My
Than
wife
Is that,
the,
is that, is
My
that
wife
allowed?
makes ice cream in the house.
yeah,
She has a special mushroom board.
yeah. It's very helpful, very easy.
Yeah, she does special.
It's usually.
But that's what I'm saying, that's not only milk, so is it allowed now? Because it's now a bunch of stuff. Now you're creating something new.
No, you said who makes it, the ice cream, and the answer is sitting in front of you. We make it at home. I mean, they do it.
I know, but I'm saying
I don't
it's not
eat
only
it,
milk
but
becoming-
they like it.
It's not only
I mean,
milk
it's not-
becoming
it doesn't
frozen.
necessarily be cooking.
It's not.
It's not a question of cooking.
Action that's freezes. That's the thing.
But I'm mixing bunch of items.
what?
Mixing is not an issue. Is there one of the 39 restrictions of Shabbat called mixing? No.
It sounds like,
Such thing,
it's like
You mix salad.
something new coming out of it.
I took cucumbers,
freezer
I took
mix.
tomatoes, and I mixed it. Did I make any avera? No. Crushing the tomato to small pieces.
Visible.
Crushing crushing is not the word. Slicing it to small pieces, dicing it. That will be a problem of tohen.
For only if you're keeping it for later.
Right. If you'll eat it right now, no problem. But mixing the different compounds of the ice cream, or how do you say, not compounds, ingredients, different ingredients in the ice cream, is not considered to be a problem of mixing any. They're not restricted. The question was about the congealing of it. Says Ovadia Yosef, like Bechor said, that because you're not doing anything, the freezer does it. It's not comparable to the cheese that you're doing the action.
Right.
Got it? Furthermore, only cheese making was prohibited on Shabbat because it lasts for many days outside the refrigerator. So you build something for long term. However, ice cream, if you take it out of the refrigerator, it doesn't last for long term.
Right,
Got it?
right. And therefore ice cream will be allowed to do.
And therefore, it is not comparable to the melacha of
I smoked
boneh.
it was the problem.
Huh?
I smoked it.
Ice
The
cream.
Pnei Yoshua also wrote
Ice
that
cream.
even making cheese is permitted on Shabbat if it will be eaten immediately. Pnei Yoshua comes and says that even cheese, if you'll do it now and you're going to eat it
I
now,
was just saying.
that's not in the long term. The whole problem of boneh is whenever I'm building something long term. But if I'm doing now, I'm eating it now, disassembling it by eating it, that's not considered to be building.
Right.
Give me a proof. We learned.
Huh? Has to be 7 days.
Right? Bring me a proof. What? Because
Lego,
of
Lego.
very good, Kikiro. We learned. Can you build a Lego on Shabbat, Bechor?
Yes, yes.
Huh? But you're building a car, you're building a house, you're building different things. Why is it allowed?
Not is temporary.
Very good. Because it is
It's not temporary.
opposite. Because it is temporary. Это временно. Because it is temporary.
But if you're not gonna
What
break
is temporary means we said? 7 days.
Where we landed from Sukkot.
Very good.
but if you're not gonna break it,
Now,
can you use it?
Not do it.
up to 7 days, you're allowed to leave it. Past 7 days, it's debatable. Some say 9 days. Because Sukkot in outside Israel, we keep for 9 days up.
No, it's talking about
Because of the Yom Tov
No, I'm
Sheni.
talking about Lego, Rabbi.
The Lego, I'm talking about Lego. That the laws of Lego, what's the longest time you can keep it together?
9 days.
9 days. That's
You have
leniency.
to destroy.
If you will keep it more than 9 days, it's already considered to be long-term one.
Bonnet.
So, Rabbi, how's it? So, if you keep it longer than 9, you break Shabbat. It's
Right.
not- It's retroactive. How does it work?
No, what was your kavanah? Whenever you build it, what was your kavanah?
Let's say it was not told to keep it long.
So then you no problem. Melechet machshevet, asrat Torah.
Parasha.
If your kavanah was keep long term, it's considered to be that you're building. If it is kavanah is to do short term and then end it up, you say, you know what? I don't want to disassemble it. My babulia is going to come in a week, 2 weeks from. She's going to come for my cousin's bar mitzvah from Israel. I want her to see it. When did he find out that babulia comes from Israel? After Shabbat.
Then no problem.
Now the action is already done. When he did it, his intention was to disassemble it within 9 days. Then he changed on his mind because he found out babulia comes from Israel for his cousin's bar mitzvah.
But even then, he's still temporary because he's still gonna.
2 weeks. He wants babulia to see the beautiful structure he built.
So allowed?
He doesn't have to disassemble it right now.
Oh, really?
Because the action he have done on Shabbat was with the kavanah short term. So he didn't break anything. Now leaving it long term already, you're not doing anything for that, you just change your mind. But the person cannot say, Rabbi, I'm doing it for 1 week. But Be'emet deep inside his heart is doing it for 2 weeks. Then he pays out. Hashem knows your heart. Hashem knows your machshava. It's Be'emet, you intend 7 days, I'll take it apart. Then you change your mind because of new news that you did not know about.
So you
Okay,
can do cheese
let's
now?
just finish this. Yeah, so bottom line says Rav Ovadia Yosef, we don't paskin. Let's just finish this. The Panei Yoshua also wrote that even making cheese is permitted on Shabbat if it will be eaten immediately.
By the way, yes.
Even though this is not our ruling, his opinion can certainly be considered to permit making ice cream on Shabbat. Additionally, the Chazon Ovadia added that the melacha of building boneh only applies only when there is an intention to beautify and perfect it, which is not the case with ice cream,
Perfected.
where such intent does not exist. For all these reasons, it is allowed to make ice cream and ice on Shabbat. Got it?
Yeah.
Very good. Now we're going to go to the parasha today.